Hey everyone, welcome back to this series of No Space, No Problem. I'm Simone and I'm the founder of Popping for Parkinson's. Let's go. So in today's episode, what we're going to focus on is two other styles. If you haven't seen the previous tutorials, please make sure you check them out because they have important information that will apply to this class as well. In the last class, we saw Toyman and Puppet as styles. Now today we're going to focus on two other new styles, one being the robot and one being the scarecrow. So once again, this is not about steps, it's about movement qualities and movement tasks within improvisation and freestyle. This really gives you the opportunity to be playful with the movement and really feel free, which is exactly the point of this whole tutorial series. To make sure that you can express yourself through movement with no props, no extra space, no particular training. It's about making sure that you experience the feeling of freedom once again. Alright, so let's start with the first style of the day, which is the robot. And guess what? We literally become robots. So remember, we don't do the robot, we become robots. Okay? So really visualize the robot as a thing in terms of joints, in terms of material, in terms of mobility and dynamics. That will really give you an idea on how to actually move and what sort of movement you can do within that style. Okay? So let's go. Be playful, be a robot, and be a playful robot if you wish. Remember, a lot of robots tend to move in isolation. It's rare to have robots move as a full body movement. They're usually quite isolated. So maybe it's just a small, gesture of the head, of one arm, yes, of just the wrist maybe, and then maybe it's both arms. You keep the structure, boom, clack, boom, clack, boom, clack, boom, clack. You play with isolations, clack, shoom, clack, boom, clack, shoom. Yes, and so on and so forth. You can really just be playful with that. Now, it's kind of tricky to be a character and talk at the same time and trying to explain what I'm doing. But ideally, even the face becomes a robot. So the full body becomes an expression. Okay, so even when you practice, the hands are important, the face is important. So let me show you this, right? If I become a robot, even my face will become sort of robotic and unexpressive. All right, so something like this. You get the deal, right? Great, now let's try that. Let's be robots on the music. Let's go. So remember, you are a robot and you can play with space, timings, control, and all of that. Let's go. So now we're going to look at the second style of the day, which is called scarecrow. So when we do scarecrow style, guess what? We become scarecrows, okay? Stylistically, what we always use, or we tend to use, is this sort of the hands, which is we break down the wrist, okay? So the wrist is always kind of in this position, and the arms are rarely here, but stylistically we have them a little bit over the shoulder. Boom. Remember, of course, you can then play and do it however you want it to, and however the music is telling you to do. But at the same time, you need to be aware of, stylistically, this is what we usually tend to play with. This use of arms with the angles. Yes, you can break it, of course, but just be aware of it, yes? So, let's try that. Become a scarecrow in terms of, don't do the scarecrow, become a scarecrow in terms of character and in terms of movement, quality and dynamics. Try. So, you know, you can start simple, you can start easy, and then make it a little bit more complicated and exciting, okay? So, what would a scarecrow do? You could go shoo, 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 boom, shka, shoo, shoo, pa, shoo, pa, shoo, pa, so, pa, shoo, shoo, pa, so, pa, shoo, sha, shoo, pa, boom, pa, shoo, pa, boom, ka, boom, ka. Yes, you get the deal. So now let's try that with some music. Scarecrow, let's go. Scarecrow style, let's go.
Here we go with the show, first finger roll.
There you have it. So once again, in each of the styles that we learn, you can then play with spacing, timing, full body, movement as well as isolation. Pasta and sauce, remember, if you want, you can also put the sauce on top of this. So remember, it's the pop, so the full body muscle contractions to the beat and the rhythm of the track. So you can then just really be playful. But you know, it's just like talking, you know. The more words you know, the better you can express yourself. And this is exactly what we're doing here. We want to make sure that we can express ourselves the best that we can, and we can feel free within the limitation of the structure, whether it's words or movement or tasks or styles, etc. So now we're going to put those two together. So we're going to go from robot to scarecrow, from robot to scarecrow with the music straight away, and we're just going to be playful and play. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Robot first. 5, 6, let's go. Now let's go with the scarecrow. Let's go. have it. So there you have it, Robot and Scarecrow, two new styles to explore and practice. Once again, thank you very much for tuning in. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. If you like this tutorial, please make sure you like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel and make other people know about this. Once again, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. I'm Simone, founder of Poppy for Parkinson's, and I'm out. Peace.